Okay, while Eric's getting situated, I just wanted to, for those of you that don't know, I'm Tim Pernetti. I'm the athletic director here. And first thing is I wanted to thank everybody for coming out. I know everybody's been anticipating this. I've definitely been anticipating it. And as I told Eric, one of the benefits of the job is I was able to get an advanced copy of the Young Readers Edition, which my 13-year-old plowed through in 2 nights. And I think you're all really going to enjoy what Eric's put together. And, again, I get this privilege all the time to get to introduce this guy. And, we spend a lot of time communicating through text messages and on Twitter in a lot of different ways. And I tell Eric all the time, I say, I don't know how you find time to do anything because, one night I'll see him on TV in New York, and the next night he's on the stage at the ESPYs in Las Vegas. And then I see a picture of him backstage with Will Ferrell and Tim Tebow, and I find myself putting my head on the pillow saying, damn, I want to be this guy. But, in all seriousness, you wouldn't be here tonight if Eric didn't affect you in some very deep and very positive way. And I tell people all the time that, what Eric's done since his injury is really the most important thing. And people ask me, what was Eric like before he got hurt? I mean, Eric was Eric. Eric is Eric. He's never changed. But what he's done for people, not only in the state, at Rutgers, on the football team, across the country, across the world, what he's done for people since he's been hurt, I think is the greatest thing about Eric. And I just know from being around him, that's never going to stop. I joke with him all the time. I'm like, when do you find time to sleep? When do you find time to eat? He said, I'm inspiring people one at a time. And if that's what it takes, I can guarantee you that Eric will keep doing it. And to all of you guys, and I know this will be important to him too, and he'll talk to you. He didn't come here to hear me, but you being here is very important to the Rutgers family. Eric is part of our family. And while the world has kind of taken Eric under their wing and he's inspired a lot of people, we selfishly always like to claim Eric belongs to us. But he's for everybody and everything that he's done. But you being here tonight is really, really important because if you're here, he inspired you in some way. And I guarantee you, if he inspired you already, get ready to continue to be inspired. And I'm always privileged and honored to introduce him. And he's far funnier and more entertaining than me, so I'll let him take it from here.
Hello? Thanks, Tim. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I want to thank you guys for coming out here today. It's been a long journey since October 16th. Can you hear me? Thank you guys for coming out here. Like I said, it's been a long journey since October 16th, 2010. But to be sitting up here today, where I'm at from where I was, it's honestly a miracle and it's a blessing. And I just got to, thank God for that. But, I started doing this book, teamed up with HarperCollins about, I should say, six months ago almost. And we decided to do this and make it happen. And as we were going through the process, so I'm not going to lie to you, at some points I'm like, do I want to give up with this? It was not an easy process going back and forth while I was doing school. As I got to meet with my ghostwriter, Mike Yorkie, who helped me put together this book, he would write, he would come up with a chapter, he would send it over to me, I would have to review it, me and my mom would go through it, send it back to him, he would send it then to the editors, then they would go make their corrections, then they would send it back, and then I would make my corrections, then we would go back and forth from chapter to chapter. I was just like, this is stressful actually doing this. Sitting here doing this book, and meanwhile, I'm trying to finish up school and everything, doing school and everything else with my therapy. But then I realized, I really have a story to tell. A lot of people know what I've been through, know what I go through on a daily basis, but to go into detail with it, a lot of people don't know the behind-the-scenes stuff that happens when my mom's put me in bed at 11 o'clock at night by herself and I don't have my friends doing it, or when I'm getting up in the morning with my nurses and it takes 2.5, 3 hours for us to get up just so we can go somewhere else. If we have to be somewhere at 7, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning so we can be there. So all the stuff that I put into detail in my book, I really want to get that out there for you guys, really to inspire you and realize, don't take anything for granted what you do have in this world. You got to be appreciative of what you do have, and that you got to know that there's always somebody in a worse situation that you have it out there in this world, and that's how I live on a daily basis. I realize every day that I get up and I head to therapy, so even though I don't have my uppers or anything going on, and people do, I've been traveling the world, going over so many different places, seeing so many different people, being able to talk to them and inspire them. When some people are just at home, sitting in their room on bed rest or on life support, just living on a daily basis, just in their room, not having that support. And that really continues and drives me and strives me to get better and show miracles do happen. And eventually I want to find a cure for paralysis. There's so many different things out there that harm other people, that everyone has their own adversity that they have to face in their world. Mine is right now dealing with this paralysis thing. But everyone else, someone may lose a job, a family member may lose their job. What are they going to do then? Are you going to fall back and just sit there? No, you have family support, You got to go out there and find another job in order to support your family. That's the motivation and the strive I try to give for all the other people out there through my book and through my determination in my life, fighting to get back on my feet. And, as it is an everyday struggle, but, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to get down about it because all the great things that have happened in my life. Playing football has made me the man who I am today. And I could honestly tell you, this game, there's life besides football. And I never got to realize that playing from when I was 5 years old all the way to when I got hurt at 20. Football was my life. That's all I did. I trained for it all year long. Then when the season came, was in the weight room, in the film room all year long. This is just what I was doing, football. But now, since I got hurt, I've been able to realize there's so many other opportunities, other things out there in this world to do, and I'm trying to help other people as I go through these processes. As Tim said, being in New York one day, going over to LA the next day, just share my story to millions of other people out there in this world, and just striving for them to be the best that they could be. As Coach Yano always told us, he always preached that, to go out there, don't worry about the person next to you, just be the best that you can be. And his definition of success, the peace of mind that you get knowing you did everything you could to be the best that you can be. And that's what I try to do on a daily basis. Just wake up each morning, try to move something. If it doesn't work, don't get discouraged by it. I just know that I have to keep on working harder until it does work that next time. So I know each day things are happening because I'm in therapy right now 5 days a week for 4 hours a day. They had these EMG tests on me. A lot of people don't know that I have contractions going all the way down to my feet that you can't see them visibly, but through the test, there's something going on. There's signals getting through the lump where I broke my neck at, and and doctors can't even explain how or why this is happening. They're just sitting in there just like everyone else is waiting for, I guess, that miracle to happen when I do stand up one day, get up out of this chair, and I really believe that's going to happen. And, it's what my journey is, to inspire millions of people during this whole thing. That's why I believe everything does happen for a reason. God wasn't going to put me here laying on that field, basically laying down that field like I was about to die when it first happened, having no idea what could happen to me when I couldn't breathe at all on that field. And just freaking out, not knowing anything what was going to go for my life from there on out. Was my life has been directed towards football for 15 years of it. And now you can see me here, sitting here, talking in front of you, now with 2 books out, with an adult and children's book, to inspire millions of people, not just the adults, but the children too. Especially, we made a version for 9 to 12-year-olds, because they're easily influenced. And with my, determination, I want them to, be influenced in the right direction, because they are the future of the world, I want them to be inspired to go out there and be the best that they can be at a young age, not worry about being better than somebody else and other people bullying them. This is why we made the children's version, to help the children out too. And that's why I always say, hopefully we can get this book out for everybody to read. If you got your cousins, your brother, sister, anybody, get it to them. As I was just talking to Tim, his son just read through it in 2 days, and he said he couldn't put it down. And that's what I like to hear. If you can't put the book down, that really means that I'm getting my message through like I want to let it sink in to you and let you know. Go out there and be the best you can be on a daily basis. Don't let anything affect you. Be able to face adversity at any age. I had to face mine when I was 20 years old. Good thing I played football, because I learned going through adversity and playing football, just when you're dead tired, not wanting to make it, and you got Coach Yano running up in your face screaming, what are you going to do? That sounds funny right now, but when you're out down that field, when you're dead tired and he's in your face, it ain't so funny. But that's the stuff. That's the stuff I learned though, going through football, waking up early in the morning, always on a daily basis, not wanting to get out of bed, but having to go do it because I believed that was going to be my future. But obviously, playing football wasn't. It was being here, being able to talk to you guys like I am today, and being able to go talk to the whole world and show them my story, show them my determination on a daily basis and how I push and how I grind. And this is what all I know is grinding on a daily basis. My mom always says, why are you doing this? You need to rest sometime. I rest, I get my rest. Everyone thinks I don't rest, but I do rest. I fall asleep every car ride, on every airplane, wherever I'm going. But I'm a grinder. This is what I do. If I have to be here at this time, or like I just came over from a tutor from 5:30 to 6:30, and just coming from therapy, it doesn't bother me, you know. I try to use as much hours as I can and get as much as I can get done in one day, and that's what I'm going to continue to do to get my message across. And like I said, I want to just thank you guys again for coming out here, and I really hope you enjoy going through my book, Believe. There's a lot of great things in there, a lot of just life stories from when I was 5 years old all the way up to now. Some things will make you cry, some things will make you laugh, but in all, it's just a great book, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. In the first 2 pages, you guys are going to realize I'm always cold, which is why it probably took me a little bit longer to get in here, because I was sitting in the heat of my van because I really can't regulate my temperature, but I'm always cold, so you'll understand a little bit more. I'm not really going to go into detail now because I want you guys to read the book and really enjoy it. But thank you guys again for showing up here tonight, and I can't wait to take some pictures with all you guys and talk about some old things. I see some old familiar faces in here. See you back there, Coach Sam Diego, my old my gym teacher from middle school here. So it's glad to see you guys all coming out. So I'll see you guys upstairs in a little bit. And like I said, thank you again. Enjoy the book. Believe, baby, believe.
Everyone, if you could please stand.